A blind knight that uses echolocation, viewing the dark, treacherous world through sound. Trapped in a dungeon keep, endangered by combatants, where hazards lurk around every corner. Make sound to have vision, or don't and be stealthy. Avoid impaling threats throughout the dungeon to escape. Engage with other prisoners.
Rogue knight I've been hearing about. Could you find the key and unlock myself?
Free them to fight back with more allies.
Let's take this guy.
The dungeon labyrinth has many paths and even more traps. Struggle through the darkness to find your freedom.
Presentation.
Alrighty, folks. It's Daredevil time. How about that? Recruitment race time. It's gonna be our one and only recruitment race, and it is at a track that I don't know if we're allowed to be at, but you know what? We're doing it anyway. It's the big forbidden rectangle back on the channel. It would not be Daredevil time without at least a peek into what's going on around the 2.5 mile rectangle here. It's me back broadcasting, and I want to welcome back in his own house, the man that we so sorely missed last night in the Venom Truck Series, Mr. Matt Williamson. Welcome back.
Thanks. Good to be back. A little disappointed that I missed the Truck Series last night, but you did a great job by yourself. I've been there a couple of times trying to man the controls and watch all of the action happening, and it is not very easy, that is for sure. So glad to be back with you, although I am not on the call with you as of right now.
Ooh, what's the development there?
Well, there was a Daredevil race, I believe it was Charlotte last season, that you were able to race with everybody else. We used you as a bit of an in-race reporter, if you will, and we kind of liked it. And you said that you owed me one, so you're letting me race at the Forbidden Rectangle here tonight with everybody else. And I have about maybe not as ghetto as James Watson's rig, but pretty close to it. So it'll be interesting if I can keep it on all fours here tonight.
Yeah, definitely a few drivers that managed to not keep it on all fours in practice. We have seen two fantastic races here in scheduled actual Daredevil Series competition, and a lot of things to touch on, but we'll save a lot of the fanfare and officiality for next week when the Daredevil Series is actually back. But what have you learned out there driving around with a smaller field than you would normally see in the Daredevil Series around Indianapolis?
Yeah, I mean, the number one thing I noticed after I finally got a long green flag run in is just why this place and this car is so magical. We've had so many good races here already. It's just a perfect match. There's really not a whole lot of aero wash going into the corners, but I've been cracking the throttle just a little bit to keep myself from getting tight and going off into the corners on the turns. But the really cool thing about this is the massive runs that you're going to get on each other. You got to give each other some room. You got to play nice, because if you don't, it can end up in flames in a hurry.
Alrighty, well, thank you very much. We'll be checking in with you from time to time here. Now it's time to roll into the starting lineup here. We've got 14 drivers registered. I think we've got 12 actually here on the grid with us here tonight. So Front row, it is somebody that will be joining us for the first time this season in Daredevil Series competition. That'll be the one and only Mr. Hunter Engrave, leading the field to green with a pole time of 47.597. So, a 9? I can't tell. Either way, Hunter Engrave with the pole. Driver that we saw go to victory lane last season at Pocono, so he's no stranger to getting along nicely in these big, fast tracks. That is the one and only Christopher Hill. Row number 2, James Watson, 2 times a winner on the Big Oval, or on Big Ovals, I should say. Was in the championship hunt last season, ended up finishing down in 3rd. Starting to his outside, driver that will be running number 200 this season, a rookie, champion in the Venom Truck Series. Ryan Dye is making the crossover here. He's not the only one, even here tonight, that'll be doing that. Kirk Lane will be joining us for the first time here this season as well. He starts on the inside of row number 3, with another Venom Truck Series driver, Paul Ellison, starting to his outside. The league proprietor of old, but near and dear to our hearts still, the 777 of Christopher Kresge starts on the inside of row number 4. And Andy Poliski, the reigning Venom Truck Series champion, will start to his outside. Rhett Nichols, a pole sitter from last season at Richmond, will start on the inside of row number 5. And Robert Wojcik, poor Robert, I'm so sorry, but he starts in 10th. And then Shane Bowie has joined us here tonight as well. And again, not sure if I'm saying that correctly either, but Shane will start in P11. And that old Tommy Cook fella, you need to keep in mind here that is actually Matt Williamson. He is driving on my computer tonight. So that is Matt Williamson starting in 12th. And that is your starting lineup here. And the cars, they are a-rolling. Mr. Matt Williamson, what, if anything, do you have to before we send this field to green here?
Well, first of all, I think Mr. Wojcik just disconnected, so we did lose one driver. I guess the main goal here is we're out here having fun. Looks like we do have one fast repair, which is not going to be the case during the actual season. So we get to have a little bit extra fun here if we do find ourselves in one of the walls or upside down at some point. Pretty much everybody out here is pretty familiar with the car at this point. Everybody was out here practicing. Everybody's just out here to have a good time in a recruitment race, I think. And yeah, we'll see how it ends up.
Alrighty, getting ready to get to it here. Field is coming around for 45 laps. That is a reduced distance as well. Like you said, one fast repair here tonight. Good luck, partner. Remember, we had 8 cars in turn 3 at the finish of last season's race here. And none of them made it to the line without some problems. So anything can happen here with a smaller field at Indianapolis as we are getting ready to go green. We are underway. 3 wide already. Here goes Watson to the inside. Oh, man. Oh, and problems right away. Oh, my goodness. That is Hunter Engrave. The caution is out. Holy cow.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to qualify.
You may have made the right move here. Again, fast repair for everybody. Now, a few people, I think in particular, probably Hunter Engrave, Kirk Lane, and Christopher Hill will be taking it a little bit easier. We're going to go ahead and take a little looky-loo here. We are 3 wide right away here. Up into the wall, that was good. Christopher Hill comes down. It's Hunter Engrave. Hunter Engrave goes for a wild ride there. Down off the wall, and we're going to go ahead and ride with Hunter here. Yeehaw. Hands are not off the steering wheel there. That is bad form. Could very easily break a virtual wrist or two. That is Ouchtown population Hunter Engrave. We got Nathan Reynolds hanging out in the chat with us here tonight. You're hanging out with us. Let us know. Give us a shout. We will be back in full form next week with the Daredevil series proper. Again, it has changed ownership. It is now being operated by us here after the RIL took it off the ground and made it as spectacular as it is. Revolution Indy Land now, transitioning away from sim racing, at least for the moment. So we're happy to carry on the legacy of the former RIL Daredevil series, now just the Daredevil series. And while we've got that on the brain, I'm going to go ahead and pull up the schedule for Season 3. If anybody has not seen it, there it is. We'll kick things off next week at Pocono. It's had 2 fantastic races the first 2 seasons. Lime Rock Park will be making its debut. That is going to be a blast. Longest road course race of the season in terms of laps, but they are short laps, so that race should just click by. Rockingham is back. That is going to be fantastic. Twin Ring Motegi, I've been doing some testing there the last few weeks, and got a package that is going to make racing there really fun. Then we go to Suzuka, the full Grand Prix circuit. That is going to be awesome. Michigan at the halfway point of the season is back. Can't wait to get 66 laps in at Michigan. That is the longest race of the season. Chicagoland then after that will be making its debut. Then the Daytona road course, if you notice up there, Daytona Road. And that will be a night race. The nighttime road racing for Daytona. Iowa will be making its debut. Then the new Atlanta Oval. We've raced on the old Atlanta Oval, but new Atlanta Oval will be race number 10. Monza combined without the first chicane. These cars can get over 200 miles an hour by themselves. So in the draft, that is going to be bad fast. And then Auto Club to close out the season. Auto Club Open Season 2. So the racing at Auto Club has produced the closest finish in Daredevil Series history. 1/1000th of a second to open Season 2. So it is going to be the finale for Season number 3. And again, all the racing action will be here. We'll be going live about halfway through qualifying each and every night. So that'll be 7:55 Eastern-ish, 6:55 Central. That's the good word. And oh yeah, by the way, after the end of the season, all-star racing action. Drivers across all 3 of the first seasons of the Daredevil series will be invited back for an all-star race at Gateway. So that's what we got on tap. Matt, what race are you looking forward to the most here, you think, this season?
I mean, I'm really looking forward to that Daytona road course race. After we took it over, we opened it up to tracks that weren't around necessarily when they were racing. Back in the day, we opened it up to anything that there is on iRacing. So I'm looking forward to bringing a little modern tracks to the series.
Alrighty, getting ready to come back to a restart here on lap number 5. Here we go. James Watson, a nice getaway up front. How about Ryan Dye working to his outside? Ryan Dye says he's not a huge fan of super speedway racing, but he knows how to get it done there. Not that this is a super speedway race, but it's got that sort of packed racing style to it. And it has across both iterations of this Indianapolis Oval. And Christian Jasper in the chat hanging out with us says he does have a lot going on, it sounds like. Sad that he's going to miss our opener. at Pocono next week, a track that he's done really well at. But Lime Rock Park week 2. Yes, indeed. Not one to be missed. Not that you should miss any of them, but, you know, as a viewer. Got some movement. Ooh, man. Tight quarters. Moving up to second, that is Rhett Nichols there, taking a peek to the inside of Ryan Dye, who has the lead outright.
Yeah, it's getting pretty chippy up here. A lot of wheel banging already.
I can imagine how that feels from your perspective. Probably a little unsafe. Here is a live look in at Matt Williamson disguised as me.
Yeah, we're just kind of taking it easy here for right now, trying to learn the lay of the land, especially with a lot of drivers I've never raced with. You know, these Daredevil Series drivers, as much as we love to call the action for them, I've never shared the track with them much except for a couple of times on really terrible unnamed car starts. So that's about how much experience I have with them. So just trying to feel it out a little bit here.
We had some 3-wide action up front, and now basically some bump drafting from James Watson up to Rhett Nichols, who is still trying to control the inside line here. It's Christopher Kresge now working to the outside. Damn. Bird's eye here with the chopper. Ooh, tight quarters there. And it can happen so quickly here. Ryan Dye was just up vying for the lead. Even with a limited number of cars, he is already back. Outside of the top 5 or just inside the top 5. Oh, boy. Like you said, getting chippy up front.
Not only that, literally right in front of me, Engrave touched the wheels. I think that might have been Bowie, but I'm not sure. Somebody made a heck of a save, that's all I know.
I guess realistically with a field this size, the entire field is probably classified as the front. Uh-oh. Oh, that's...
I apologize if I screamed too loud there.
Poor Ryan Dye. Others involved as well. My, oh my. I think Shane Bowie was the other vehicle involved there. So that is going to bring out our second caution already here. And we are going to go ahead and see if we can catch a peek of what happened here. Oh, boy. Try and stop. Still trying to learn this replay system here, so we're going to back it up. I think this is Bowie on the bottom. Bar chase going here. Oh, some net code for sure. Mega net code there. And it's going to take Bowie and Dye out. I don't think either of them have had to use their fast repair so far. Unfortunately for Shane, he has to actually tow back to the pits. That car is, you can see it, it is not drivable, not even remotely.
And unfortunately, I did take a bit of damage there. I don't think enough to use a fast repair. I'm going to see if I can get some optional fixed and keep up with the pack here.
We're gonna
He
go
asked
kick
me-
here with not me.
I mean, I can't see a whole lot, but Tommy says it's pretty bad on broadcast.
Was that Shane?
No, that's Ryan.
Oh, I don't know how bad Ryan's was, to be honest. I was watching Shane try and wheel it back to the pits, and it was yeah. Take a look at Ryan here. Oh yeah, he's missing his entire front wing. Toe is knocked out. It's looking pretty nasty. And Christian Jasper says it's an absolute knife's edge. Is that any different than how it usually is, though? That's the way we like it, I think.
Well, this is an interesting development. I got a 4X, but no optional repair.
Lovely.
We'll see how this turns out.
So it is Rhett Nichols showing the way. He is one of the Daredevils. Of course, made a few starts last season after signing up in Season 1. Immediately grabbed the pole in his very first start at Richmond, led some laps, and then I'm not sure how many races he made after that. I know he was at Mid-Ohio and then took a couple of weeks off. But it's great to see Rhett back out front here. And Christopher Kresge, the thug daddy, if you will. Out in second. How about Paul Ellison right now, running in third? Great to see Paul running out with us. I believe he's at least going to make some starts with the Daredevil Series here this season, if not be full-time. Christopher Hill, right now in fourth. He says he just got his work schedule switched around, so he might be able to make some races here this season, starting with tonight. That's great news. It's especially on the road course races. Christopher Hill, not that he isn't a threat on the ovals, obviously. He won at Pocono last season, but Christopher Hill, a lot of podium finishes on the road courses, so he is the field would certainly be a little bit emptier without him in it. So great to hear that he will be here this season. Hunter Engrave, always a threat to run up front in the now defunct Schaefer's Redacted Car Series. So looking for much of the same here in the Daredevil Series. James Watson, 2 times a winner. I believe twice a third place points finisher as well. And Ryan Dye, repping the channel number 200. He has got his first taste of defeat, if you will, or I don't know, his first taste of Daredevil. I think that's the best way to put it. After that blowover for him. Andy Poliski and Kirk Lane as well joining us here tonight. And the one and only Mr. Matt Williamson, a.k.a. me, out on the track in the beautiful CJR graphics Menards paint scheme. That's a look through the field here. As we are back to green. Now that a few of these drivers have burned some of their fast repairs, it should be interesting to see if the racing is going to be any different here. A snake down the backstretch for Rhett. Brensky trying to gain some ground. Paul Ellison behind. Oh, that's no good. Nichols up and over. Kresge involved as well. And nobody threw the caution. Oh, there we go. There's the caution. About to say that was a big one, and I can't throw it.
Well, did we get through that one, partner? We did. I slowed way down. Luckily, I haven't quite figured out the restarts in these cars yet. So my restarts right now are pretty terrible. So I was quite a ways back from the pack there as that unfolded. But 2 or 3 cars went up and down the racetrack right in front of me, so I stayed behind all of it just to make sure I didn't get involved there. Also, if you're registered as a driver, you should be able to throw cautions, I think, but well, I guess not. Yeah, you'd have to click off it. Never mind.
So here's a look, as it didn't really give me the option to do anything other than this. So wild top spin there for Rhett Nichols from the lead. Back it up and the look from this angle. Oh, and Ryan Dye looked like he had it missed and sort of got run into from behind. For 100% that was. Oof. Sounds like quite a bit of net code. Not sounds like. It looked like there was a bit of net code there. And there's a look at Ryan Dye getting punted up into the air. And through all this, the look of chaos out the front visor of Mr. Matt Williamson. Back to live. We got people coming down pit road here. We got most of the guys down in the general room as well. I won't be opposed to being brought up into the broadcast booth. What do you think? Should we drag Ryan Dye up here and see what he thinks?
Yeah, I think you better drag him up. I'd like to have somebody's perspective from somebody who's not used to the Daredevil series here.
So we're going to go ahead and drag up our good friend, Mr. Ryan Dye, up into the booth. You are certainly getting the full Daredevil experience here, partner. How's your first taste of the racing going?
Things happen so fast.
I'd say. Well, what's your repair clock looking like here, first of all?
It says too much damage, we're done, with an exclamation mark.
Okay, well,
we're dead.
So, the original tagline of this series was when men died like men. That lasted for one race before it was a product recalled. So I think it's fair to say you have gotten the full Daredevil experience here straight out of the gate. But was it everything you had ever hoped for those 14 laps?
Yeah, it's gonna be really fun. I'm almost speechless I'm just trying to process what just happened. It's so sketchy. I mean, obviously, I come from Venom and Truck 200, where rubbing's racing, right?
Sure.
That's not this. If you're rubbing, you're flying. That should be the slogan here. No, it's gonna be fun. I'm excited for it. Hope people can slow down better next time. But
yeah,
things happen.
I feel you there. Well, we appreciate the time. We appreciate you coming and giving it a shot here tonight. At least it's something to look forward to here. A little bit of experience under your belt here. That's got to be a little promising at least.
It is, and now I can sit back and watch. Paul and Andy are still in this, and so is your ghost. Or I guess Will Williamson, we'll call him that.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah,
my goal is to just be there at the end, buddy. Just
hey,
be
man,
there at the end.
I'm pulling for you.
Well, there's one more fan in the Matt Williamson fan club here tonight, but
that makes one.
Yep, there you go. Well, thanks for coming out, and I guess enjoy the rest of the show. We'll see you next week in Pocono, hopefully.
Sounds good. Let's go to Pocono.
Alrighty. Okay, well, we got Red Nichols in the waiting for interview room. We are getting ready to go back to green here. So we'll see if he's going to hang around. But it'll be Kirk Lane up front with Christopher Hill on the front row. So Kirk has just kind of been hanging out here for the early portion of this race as we're back to the green here on lap 18. See how he's going to handle a challenge from James Watson here right away for the race lead on the inside. They're going to go 3 wide up front. Hasn't worked yet. Lane rolls out of it. Smart move. He's going to lose 2 spots as Watson and Christopher Hill continue to battle side by side for the lead. Now Hill down in front of Watson. We're down some numbers here, folks. Doesn't take much, though, here at Indy to get a compelling race going. We just need a few green flag laps here. And again, 2-mile tracks or over, ovals, that is, will be 60 laps with the exception of Michigan, which will be 66. So this is 45 here tonight. Reduced distance. We knew we weren't going to have quite the car count that we would expect week in and week out. Makes it a little bit easier on them, and as a result of them, or as a reward for them coming out here tonight, they get a little bit extra to play with in terms of 1 fast repair. Fortunately, a couple drivers already have suffered the full consequences of that. And you know what? I just realized that Red Nichols is actually out of the race. I could have pulled him up in here. But, whoops. So I guess if you're still watching, right, come back. We'll get you in the booth here. My apologies for that. Watson and now Paul Ellison duking it out for the lead here. Here comes Hunter Engrave back in the middle. Kirk Lane is speaking to the outsider. We're about to go 4 wide, almost. Oh, man. "24 laps to go. Can they keep this up for 24 more laps? We may be down to just 2 or 3 cars here at the end of this one if we have one more big one. Not that that hasn't happened before, as we're back to 3 wide again. Right down in front of Hunter. There's James Watson. Paul Ellison now battling side by side with Engrave for second. Christopher Hill's up here, as is Christopher Kresge and Matt Williamson. So not exactly sure what happened to Kirk Lane, but he has gone to the pits now. Maybe he got up into the wall when he was trying to challenge the outside of somebody. Andy Poliski is on the track as well, but he is 11 seconds behind the lead pack here. Watson in control on the bottom. Here comes Ellison to the middle. 3 wide again. Pinching it down there on the bottom as Paul Ellison showing the way.
Check that purple time there, partner.
Oh, yeah, purple time of the race, 47:24. Purple lap, and it's not even close. That was close. Next fastest lap is a 47.7. You're half a second quicker. A little bit of blinking up front with Paul Ellison. Still continuing to scrap away here. Hunter Engrave now tucking that wing right underneath. The rear diffuser there on the 4. Oh, wow, Watson a little loose. Here's Matt Williamson on the scene. Up to 4th now. Trying to stack the deck on the outside here. Matt Williamson going to the outside. I've never seen that before.
Certainly my favorite place on the racetrack.
Yeah, I've seen that happen a time or two. Ellison now all by himself on the outside. Watson going to be clear up off the turn. Here goes Hunter Engrave taking advantage. Engrave to the lead. Ellison trying to mount a charge again back on the outside. Oh, man. Close up front. Here's Matt Williamson, the meat in the sandwich. Up to the lead.
I can't believe it.
Showing the way.
I think that was my finest piece of driving I've ever had.
Well, keep at it because you got a whole hive behind you now. Because Engrave to the inside. I'm now going from a broadcaster to a spotter, I think. Engrave on the bottom. Back out and clear. $18 laps to go. Should be good on fuel. Everybody's had to stop. For one reason or another as well. Kresge way loose there. Boy, looking 4 wide. That's not going to work. Kresge rolls out of it. Watson a little loose, actually smoking the tires on the 39. That's the thing is these tires, these rear tires, they don't wear out on the Lotus so much as they get hot. But the end result is the same. It is usually Wall City or Catch Fence City. Oh, Watson a little bit out of shape again. There we go. Kresge's around. That is most of the field. I don't know how Matt Williamson made it through there, but we have got some major pain going on here for a few different drivers. Caution is back out. Oh, boy.
I am really glad that came out because we were getting somewhat close to green flag pit stops, and I have never done them in this car, so I am glad I did not have to endure that.
I don't even know who's going to be left after this. Christopher Hill, James Watson, Christopher Kresge, Hunter Engrave, they all get a piece of the action here. I feel like Christopher Hill took a fast repair at the start of this race.
Pace car attitude, pace car attitude.
Wow. James Watson, oh, he almost had it missed and gets up into the wall. It's on from there. This is going to be a short-staffed finale here. As there is me being substituted with Matt Williamson. There's my ugly mug, regardless. And Paul Elson is the only other driver behind the pace car right now. So... Christopher Hill rolling into the pits behind. Andy Poliski, who had lost touch with the lead pack, is coming down pit road here as well. Watson is rolling. Hunter Engrave looks like he is in the pits, unfortunately. Maybe the end of the night for driver number 7. And for the 777 of Christopher Kresge, I think he may be SOL as well. Does not leave us with a whole lot of people here. You're feeling a little more confident now, you think?
I don't know. I mean, I really enjoyed having a little bit of a larger pack. I'm afraid if there's too many damaged cars, it's going to turn into who can stay behind the leader the longest. But, yeah, it'll be interesting if I get out front. And on the last lap, there will be some Logano blocks being thrown. I can guarantee you that.
Oh, boy. That's exactly what everybody wanted to hear, I think. So we will wait to see who all is going to pull up behind the pace car here, because right now there are 3 people, make it 4. This is like Rockingham in the first season. The only difference is that was coming to 2 to go under caution when we had 2 drivers pull up behind the pace car. We've still got over 10 laps to go here. Yeah, it'll be a restart with 13 laps to go, showing 5 cars on the track. Christopher Hill in the pits right now.
What is the restart policy here?
It's double file. You can, I think you're going to start on the inside, though.
Well, I meant more, am I going when the car pulls off, or...
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Beautiful.
Helps to have the official up here, doesn't it?
It does. It helps, certainly. Well, I'm not used to being in this position with this series. I'm used to calling it. I thought that's how it worked, but I guess if anybody should know, it should have been me, since I'm the pseudo crew chief person on the broadcast.
I guess, yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. Not sure how that works. I don't know if Christopher Hill is going to catch up here. Looks like he's still in the pits, so maybe taking some extended service here. But regardless, 4 cars for 13 laps. And I think if we've got another one brewing, we're going to have some folks in trouble here. Matt Williamson.
Is that how it works? I don't know.
Well, if you didn't pick up a black flag, I'd say it's okay.
Not yet. Not till I get out of turn 2. Whew, on fresh tires, it can be a little daunting.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Comes Elson to the inside. Andy Poliski's back in the mix here. Looks like James Watson is struggling a little bit to get up to the back end of Mr. Williamson and Andy Poliski here. ultra confusing because I, on this computer, also registered as a driver, so it shows Matt Williamson as being 13th and out of the race, but a lunge to the inside.
Whew, boy, I had some
Poliski.
big-time error wash there. And Andy was really slow on the last that last run. It looks like he saved a fast repair here.
Two drivers who are not strangers at all to battling with each other, but maybe strangers in this car in particular, as Poliski getting a little bit wobbly there on the bottom. I believe both of these drivers in the limited run Bristol Bash Series ran the Lotus 79, but I don't think they ever ran it at the same time. Poliski, I don't think, is going to be full-time with us, at least in the first half of the season, as, wow, James Watson just made a crazy move there. Poliski running some sort of GT series, I think, with our buddy Corey Rutherford on Wednesday nights up until the end of that season. And then we'll come over and be a Daredevil for the rest of the season after that.
In my head, I'm thinking, do I make it interesting now or do I make it interesting later?
Well, we got 10 laps to go. Luckily for you, we don't have a whole lot of traffic to be working through here. So we're going to go 3 wide anyway, though. Poliski through the middle. Back up front. Not too far ahead, I think, is Christopher Hill. Watson back to the bottom.
Well, if there's one driver that's not going to lay back at all, that's James Watson.
No, definitely not. Rewind again. Ellison through the middle this time. He's got the top spot. On board with Matt Williamson. It's still on the razor's edge, like Kristen Jasper said a little bit earlier, even with just 4 drivers. Woo-hoo. Come to 7 laps to go here. Oh, man. Well, we got to ask, what's the strategy from here on out?
You know, in my head, I'm just sitting here trying to think if I want to just wait till the very, very end or maybe try to get to the lead with maybe 1 lap to go right before we hit the white flag. I'm playing a lot of scenarios in my brain right now.
Thinking man's driver, Matt Williamson, pondering his next move as they are lined up nose to tail on the outside. 3-on-1 against James Watson.
In my head, I have Dale Earnhardt saying, "I'd rather be on offense than defense" on the last lap.
The Titans of the series have come and gone in this race. It's two newcomers versus one of the most veteran drivers of the series who just clipped the grass into turn number 3, and a broadcaster. Not that that's an insult, it's just a fact. Oh man, looked like maybe some net code there a little bit.
Yeah, there was some contact for sure between me and Poliski.
Tight quarters.
I got a 4X, whether it was netcode or not.
Watson right underneath the back end of Paul Ellison.
We are almost playing chicken with each other of who's going to dive to the inside or not.
Here goes Watson to the bottom. Wow. 4 laps to go. The preview of me on the interstate here in a little bit.
I think if it's me, I'm envying Poliski's position right now. I think second car on the outside here is probably the spot that you want to be. That's the optimal move for 3 wide in the middle, I think.
No doubt these drivers are having fun here, but the race is about to be on the line. 2.5 laps to go as, man, Watson keeps cutting grass Tony Kanaan style. Five miles to go across the Art of Bricks. 2 more trips around. Watson and Williamson on the bottom. Ellison and Poliski on the top. Oh, man, that is tight. White flag this time. Is anybody going to make it back around the line? Here we go. The only recruitment race before the real action gets started next Wednesday night. Poliski laying off of Ellison. Oh, and they touch wheels. Here comes Poliski to the middle. Williamson trying to sneak in there, rolls out of it, the door shuts. It's Poliski up front. Ellison on the outside. Is he going to be able to mount the charge? Is Watson going to be able to do anything? We're 3 wide. Oh, they're all touching. Poliski across the line is going to win it. Matt Williamson in second. James Watson will cross the line. Is Paul Ellison going to get there? Oh, Paul Ellison is about 15 feet short on his roof. Oh, man. But he will finish 4th regardless. Is Andy Poliski is again a winner, but for the first time on the channel in a Lotus 79. Well, what do you make of the finish there, partner?
That's about exactly what I thought it was going to be. Watson and Ellison making contact on the backstretch there kind of messed up what I thought was going to be my plan a little bit. I had to make a couple of different choices than I was planning on, and I couldn't quite get it together. And then, of course, we basically all touched there on the front stretch. Whew, man, that was fun though. Wow.
Andy Poliski, your winner here tonight. Doing some burnouts, why not? He best the field in his first outing in some unofficial Daredevil Series competition. We'll go ahead and give you the full finishing rundown here. Before I forget to hide that. There we go. All right, small field here tonight. Top 11 all took the green flag. So it's Andy Poliski, and then Matt Williamson, actually your second place finisher. James Watson then will finish in third. Paul Ellison in fourth. Christopher Hill then will be the last car running in the fifth position. Hunter Engrave, Christopher Kresge, Kirk Lane, Ryan Dye, Rhett Nichols, and Shane Bowie. The rest of the finishing order, although none of those drivers managed to finish the race. So we've talked a little bit to one of our podium finishers here. We'll go ahead and pull up our race winner, and it'll be for the first time in a Lotus 79, anything other than a truck actually. Andy Poliski, your race winner here tonight. Talk me through the finish of that race there, partner. That was controlled chaos from the looks of it.
It felt like it too. I had a plan to try to make a run there on the backstretch, and it kind of worked for me because I guess James and Paul got together, and it just opened that hole up. I didn't realize they were going to get that big of a run back to the finish on me, though.
Well, this is your. I know we've done a few Bristol races, but this is your first taste of the true Daredevil Series competition here tonight in a little bit of a scaled down form. What'd you think?
This is a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun this season. So this car is interesting to drive. Got a lot of learning to do, but be able to do it on the fly, I think.
Now it sounds like your Wednesdays are going to be booked up for a little while, but can't wait to get you in here full time. But until then, let's get some shout outs for you.
Shout out to you guys putting this on every broadcast you do. You guys do a great job. So keep up the great work there.
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Looking forward to more interviews here with the Daredevils moving down the line. But you're the top dog here tonight, so congratulations.
Yes, sir. Hoping to have a good season.
All righty. We didn't get to talk to this gentleman after last season with his podium points finish after the crazy finish at Indianapolis last time around. It's another crazy finish this time, but he does finish on the podium here tonight, so we'll go ahead and talk to the one and only Mr. James Watson. Welcome back to Booth 200. It's been too long, but happy to have you back up here.
Yeah, happy to be back, guys.
Well, shorter race, smaller field, but it's still Daredevils at Indianapolis, so what'd you make it tonight?
A whole lot of pack racing, a whole lot of chaos, a whole lot of screaming, a whole lot of code brown, and that was just the first half a lap.
Lovely. As we get ready to gear up for the season here, what are some of the races that you're looking forward to here in season 3?
Well, first of all, I am 150,000% looking forward to Rockingham. Rockingham is one of my favorite tracks, one of my most used tracks, and I was having a good run there back in season 1 until I got caught up in an incident. So I'm looking forward to try to get some sort of redemption there. Looking forward to the All-Star race at Gateway, Michigan, because that's always been chaotic and the source of my first Daredevil win. And that's pretty much it. I'm not looking forward to any of the road courses because, yeah, we have a whole lot of guys that are a heck of a lot better than me at turning right. So, yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to say. I look forward to finishing 9th.
Oh, that's wonderful. But I mean, you're back out front here at in a oval race of the Daredevil Series, so it's things are right in the world once again.
Yeah, it was nice. It's a lot of fun. You know, this car is great to race on a lot of the bigger ovals. You know, it's just pure pack racing insanity. And if you can hold the line and you can hold it 3 wide, you can make some pretty great moves.
Well, we're expecting to talk to you plenty here this season, but let's get some early shout-outs and anybody else that you want to say hi to here tonight in.
Yes, sir. Got to thank everyone back home at Team Watson Racing Setups. Use code WATSPIN39 for 10% off at checkout. I got to thank Chris Graham, as always, at National Racing Network for always sticking with me. ZAS Designs for doing my paint schemes. And Dizzy V Designs for doing most of the paint schemes you'll be seeing for Team Watson Racing here starting next week. Martin Sports Sim Racing Apparel, and SimSearch.com, the #1 sim racing marketplace.
All righty, partner. Looking forward to talking to you again here as the weeks roll along. So good job here tonight, and best of luck again next week.
Thank you. Hopefully I'm back here again.
All righty, partner. It's time for your official first podium interview.
Yeah.
My nameplate is up, but this is you driving. Talk to me about your experience here tonight with the Daredevils.
I mean, I was just glad I was there at the end. This is, if not one of our favorite series, it's the favorite series. So it was just really fun to go out there and crack it up with the guys that actually do it how it's supposed to be done, and indulging me and letting me join in on the fun. It was fun to be there, and that move I made to get into first place before all hell broke loose, it's going to be one of the highlights of my career so far, probably. But yeah, I think I could have maybe tried to get a draft off of Andy there at the end, but I think he would have had it anyways. So glad to finish here on the podium.
Well, let's get some shout-outs in for you, partner. Who do you want to say thank you to here tonight? Who's sponsoring this car?
Wow, I've never had to do shout-outs in anything other than the Super Speedway League that we do. So shout out to the OG boys, the team, Royal Greenhorn Racing. That's Brad Saxton, Hunter Leach, Tommy Cook, and myself, Matt Williamson. Those guys are the first ones I ever really got into a league with, and I always go back to them for all the fun over the years. Shout out to Tommy Cook again for doing the broadcast and allowing me to race rather than man the controls for an evening. It was a lot of fun. So thank you, partner, for doing that. And thank you to the one and only old girl, Madison Bowen. Yeah. I think that's about going to do it for me here. Shout out to all the drivers that drive with us week in and week out. They make our job as broadcasters possible, and we love it. So thank you to you. All of the drivers that have raced on Turn 200.
Absolutely. Getting ready again to go racing with the Daredevil Series. I'm going to throw up the schedule one more time here. That is the schedule. We are racing next Wednesday night at Pocono. I cannot wait. Not only just for Pocono, but just for the Daredevil Series to be back. You got a taste of it here tonight. You got a little appetizer, but the 12-course meal is going to be up and on the table next Wednesday night. Hope you'll join us for that. Hope you'll join us, I think, this Sunday as well for Recap 200, if I'm not mistaken. We'll be back with that.
Yeah, I think I had the had the old vacation and a week off, but we should be back in action here this Sunday. Kind of back to our regularly scheduled programming now. We're gonna have Daredevil and the Venom Truck series, as well as Recap 200 and a little bit of the Retro Racing Roundup. It's gonna be nothing but sunshine coming up here on Turn 200.
Yeehaw, partner. Appreciate, I usually say appreciate you directing the stream, but that was me tonight. So all thanks to me. No thank you to you. But it was great to see you out on the track having a good time. We will see you back here next Wednesday night for some good old-fashioned The Daredevil series. Until we meet again, though, for everybody here at Turn 200, my name is Tommy Cook. And we congratulate Andy Poliski here tonight for going 1 for 1 in Daredevil Series competition. Have a good night, everybody.